Chaos has officially taken over the basketball world, and nobody saw this coming. The rivalry between the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky was already heated, but what just happened on live TV pushed everything over the edge. A shocking, dangerous hit on the court led to an instant flagrant 2 ejection, but that was only the beginning. What went down after the game, behind closed doors, is what really lit the fire. Fox News commentator Joe Concha is now speaking out, demanding the league take serious action and hand out a major suspension. Here's what happened. Chicago Sky guard DiJonai Carrington delivered a brutal clothesline hit on Indiana's Sophie Cunningham, sending her crashing to the floor. It was reckless, it was unnecessary, and it happened in an instant. But instead of apologizing, Carrington did something that made things even worse. She went straight to social media and posted the words, "white privilege," throwing gasoline on an already burning fire. Now fans, analysts, and media figures are all asking the same question. How far will the league go to punish her? Some are even calling for a full season suspension. So let's break this down. The hit, the reaction, and why this single moment has turned into one of the biggest controversies in the sport right now. It all started early in the game. Sophie Cunningham, known all season as the Fever's toughest defender and protector, grabbed the ball and saw nothing but open court ahead of her. She took off, ready for an easy fast break layup, and that's when everything changed in a split second.
Punch in the throat, that could kill her, right? And the WNBA, right? The people that run that league, if you're DiJonai here and you have a foul like that, I don't want to hear about, okay, that's a flagrant 2 and you get this sort of fine. She should be suspended for the rest of the season because this isn't, as you said, Tommy, a whoops. This is intentional. This was targeting Sophie Cunningham, and I don't care if the player is white or black. It does not matter. When you do this to somebody, this is horrible for the league. Obviously, this was done because Sophie Cunningham stood up for women, saying that men shouldn't play against women in sports because there is obviously a chromosome advantage, just like you see with steroids, a chemical advantage. And I'll leave it here. Serena Williams, I saw this clip just this week. 2013, she's on David Letterman when Letterman hosted the Late Show. And she was asked, would you play Andy Murray, who was a big deal in tennis, British guy in tennis? She said, no. I wouldn't. Andy asked me to do it. I would lose 6-love, 6-love. In other words, I would get...
Right behind her the entire way was Carrington. As Cunningham jumped up for the shot, completely open in the air, Carrington didn't go for the ball at all. Instead, she closed in and threw a hard, direct hit straight to Cunningham's head and neck. The impact was brutal. Cunningham was knocked out of the air and slammed down onto the court, even though, somehow, her layup still went in. The whole arena went silent in shock. Things escalated fast after that. Cunningham wasn't backing down. She jumped straight back up, clearly angry, and went right at Carrington, pushing her before players and coaches rushed in to stop things from turning into a full-blown fight on live TV. The referees had no choice but to stop the game and head to the review monitor. And once they watched the replay, there was zero doubt about what happened. It was a clear wind-up, a hard hit, and dangerous follow-through. The call was upgraded to a flagrant 2, and Carrington was ejected on the spot. But here's the thing. The ejection wasn't the end of this story. It was only the start of something much bigger. Just minutes after being walked off the court, Carrington didn't stay quiet. Instead of staying calm or waiting to explain her side, she picked up her phone in the locker room and dropped a bombshell online. She posted 2 words, white privilege. And just like that, the story wasn't about the hit anymore. It turned into something much bigger.
Preach, oh, white privilege, white privilege, white privilege. But DiJonai, if I'm not mistaken, it was you that whacked Sophie Cunningham on the head. You whacked the white girl on the head, and you got a consequence for it, right? You got punished for it. And then you broke league policy because you took to the internet and posted white privilege. And then you don't even know. The rules itself says, according to the 2026 WNBA official rulebook, an ejected player or coach must immediately retreat to the team's locker room, or leave the building entirely. However, because league policy prohibits players from using personal electronic devices or posting online until all post-game media obligations are fulfilled, they cannot use their phones while waiting in the locker room. And DiJonai Carrington, you used your phone while you was in the locker room posting white privilege. You used your phone while you was posting the next scheduled date where you play the Indiana Fever on August 23rd. And DiJonae, till this second, at the very time, it's 2:50 p.m. in New York right now. And up to this second, at the time of this recording, you have still yet to be punished yet, DiJonae. You have still yet to be punished. So DiJonae, please enlighten me. Where is the white privilege? Because if I'm not mistaken, it was Sophie Cunningham.
When reporters asked Cunningham directly about the social media post, she didn't hold back. She shut it down right away, saying there was no need to bring that kind of talk into it at all. She even brought up her own past to prove her point. Cunningham reminded everyone that she herself got ejected for a similar hit last season, and she owned it completely. Her message was simple. Accountability isn't about race, it's about actions. That response made Carrington's move look even worse. Trying to shift the blame instead of owning the hit didn't sit well with anyone, and it exposed a bigger problem. A refusal to take responsibility for a dangerous play. And it wasn't just fans who were furious. The reaction spread fast across national media too. People were done watching this kind of behavior get brushed aside. That's when Joe Concha stepped in. He didn't hold back either. Concha slammed the intent behind the hit and blasted Carrington for trying to hide behind a white privilege excuse instead of taking accountability. His message was loud and clear: an ejection isn't enough. He's calling for the league to hand down a real suspension, something serious enough to send a message across the entire league. His point was simple. You can't throw a dangerous hit on the court and then try to twist the story with reckless accusations afterward. And when a national analyst like Joe Concha is speaking out this strongly, you know this isn't just a passing controversy. It's turning into a real crisis for the league.
About it. So immediately during the game, right? During the game, DiJonae Carrington went to the locker room and tweeted, "White privilege when you assaulted a player. Sophie didn't touch you. How is this?"
Foul. Caitlyn couldn't believe it, right? And you would think like, okay, that's not that bad, right? But then when you bring up another incident with Natasha Cloud during the same game, if I might add, during the same exact game, Natasha Cloud was seen pushing this same exact referee with no punishment, with no consequence. In fact, shutting DiJonae's claims down that this is not white privilege. In fact, this is black privilege. Let's be real with ourselves. Shout out to Rose Rance, my guy, Black and White Sports, one of the realest in the space, man. Shout out to my guy. Make sure y'all go subscribe to him. If you're not, you're living under a rock. But look at this, man. Natasha Cloud seen pushing the referee. Oh my gosh. One more time, just in case you missed it. Natasha Cloud bumping the referee. You can clearly see she's physically putting her hand on the referee's ribcage, pushing her out of the way. And the referee's like, "No, Natasha, stop it. This is so attractive to me. Stop it, Natasha. I'm supposed to be professional right now." Look at this, man. This is disgusting work, man. You could put hands on the referee's bodies, on her arms. And this is, guys, I could be wrong, but this is the look of love. I don't know. This let me know if I'm tripping. This is the look of love. Play Sade, kiss of love. This is the kiss of love, man. But when Caitlin Clark gets bumped by this same exact referee, she didn't know what to do. So instead of not calling the foul, the referee said, "Oh, I'm going to call a technical foul on Caitlin. I got to do something. I missed the first foul. I have to do something." The referee must have just panicked because it's like, I can't help Caitlin. I refuse to. You know, it's not even helping her. It's just doing your damn job anyways. And then you want to see more black privilege? Right? Because Paige Beckers, her skin color might be white, but she's treated like a sister. If I'm not mistaken, one of her parents might be black or something like that too, right? But neither here nor there. Let's look at Paige Beckers literally bumping a referee. Look at this. The music. I mean, look at this, man. Paige Beckers literally bumping into a referee. I don't know if this is a love bump. I don't know what it is, but it didn't get a technical foul, right? So once again, privilege in this league. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen, like, if this is white privilege, I don't know what it is, man. Listen, Caitlin Clark has...
This is not just a foul. This is not just an ejection. This is the moment that just exposed the ugly side of professional basketball, and the entire league is now standing on shaky ground. Get ready, because what you're about to hear is one of the most explosive stories to hit the sport this year. A brutal on-court hit, a shocking locker room reaction, and now, a national firestorm that refuses to die down. The Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky already had bad blood between them. But nobody expected what happened next to blow the whole rivalry wide open. A dangerous, reckless hit during a live broadcast ended in an instant flagrant 2 ejection. But trust me, that was only step 1. What came after, in the locker room, on social media, is what really set the internet on fire. Fox News commentator Joe Concha is now speaking out publicly, and he's not holding back. He's demanding the league step up and hand down serious punishment. Because according to him, this isn't just a basketball issue anymore. This is much bigger. So here's exactly how it went down. Early in the game, Sophie Cunningham, known all season as the toughest defender on the Fever roster, grabbed a loose ball and broke free for an open court layup. Nothing but green grass ahead of her. She jumped. She was fully in the air, completely exposed. That's when Chicago's DIDN Carrington came flying in from behind. But this wasn't a basketball play. There was no attempt at the ball. Instead, Carrington delivered a brutal, direct hit to Cunningham's head and neck, sending her crashing violently to the floor, even as her layup somehow dropped through the net. The entire arena froze in shock. Cunningham wasn't going to let it slide. She popped right back up, furious, and charged straight at Carrington, shoving her before players and officials rushed in to stop things from turning into a full-blown brawl on live television. The referees had no choice. They stopped play, reviewed the tape, and the verdict was obvious: a clear wind-up, brutal impact, and dangerous follow-through. The call was upgraded instantly. Flagrant 2. Ejection. But here's where the story takes a wild turn. Minutes after being escorted off the court, Carrington didn't stay quiet. She grabbed her phone in the locker room and posted 2 words that changed everything: white privilege. Cunningham's response was sharp and immediate. She shut it down completely, reminding everyone that she herself had been ejected for a similar play last season, and she owned it fully. Her point was simple: accountability has nothing to do with race. That response made Carrington's move look even worse, and it didn't just upset fans. It triggered outrage across national media. Joe Concha erupted publicly, slamming the hit as intentional and blasting the attempt to dodge responsibility with inflammatory rhetoric. His demand: a real suspension, not just a game. Something that actually sends a message to the entire league. Because you can't throw a dangerous hit on national TV, then try to rewrite the story with reckless accusations afterward. This is bigger than one foul. This is about the soul of the league itself. We're tracking every single update as this scandal explodes even further, so don't go anywhere. Hit that follow button right now, turn on notifications, and stay locked in, because the verdict is coming, and you do not want to miss it.